How's it going, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Soccer Report podcast. I'm your host, Dante De Thomasis, alongside my co-hosts, Niko and Tony. Well, Tony knows something, Tony, new and improved 2.0. But before we start, guys, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Cataldi Fresh Market. Check them out, guys. They got two locations, a new one coming. But first, at Islington and Highway 7. And, of course, the other one that's very, very close. It's under construction. You guys can see it. It's at Keele and Lawrence. It's going to be absolutely massive for all your fresh produce, deli, bakery, hot table, you name it, Cataldi's got it. And guys, here we are.
Yeah, like you said, Tono's everything's gone again this week. You know, he's an educator. It's back to school. Our thoughts are with all the educators because it's a difficult time right now.
Yes.
Shout out to them.
Yes.
They're doing a great job. I mean, all of our prayers to them because they need it this time of year. You know, it's tough.
It's true. With
COVID's hit everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially soccer. Not especially soccer, but it's hit soccer. I mean, TFC, we're in the COVID Canadian Cup tournament.
Yes, literally.
It comes down to today. Now, again,
when this comes out,
this game will have been done. But right now, we're waiting the Vancouver-Montreal matchup. And if Vancouver can get a result, Toronto FC are your Canadian Cup champions for the year. And we'll go on to take the winner of the CPL Island Games to see who advances to Champions League.
Yes.
I mean, do you like leaving it up to two other teams when you don't have control?
Especially two teams that you hate, Niko. Like, where do you even start? Like, Tony, where do you even start with this?
You gotta pray, that's it.
Let's be glad we don't have to cheer for Montreal. Because I wouldn't. I would say, you know what, that Toronto loses. I don't care because I'm not cheering for Montreal. Vancouver, I could kind of put my pride aside. They got Toast St. Ricketts on the team. I could put my pride aside and say, okay, you know what, Vancouver, let's go.
That's true.
Beat those frogs from Montreal.
You think Vancouver's going to do it?
No. I mean, Vancouver's...
Not one bit. We screwed up.
Vancouver's brutal. Vancouver's a terrible team. They beat us 3-2 because our D-line was very shaky with Simon there over Mavinga. And they're a terrible team. And Montreal's going to walk through them.
They're missing their best player in Cavallini. So
Cavallini got a red card. They're going to get walked through by Montreal. They're too good of a team. They're not losing, and now Toronto's going to lose the Canadian Championship to Montreal for the second year in a row. That means no more Champions League again the next time. It's brutal. It's tough.
It's sad. Considering that we went to the finals at one point, it's really sad that we can't even make the damn tournament. What the hell is going on?
It's disgusting. And you look at the games before that led up to it. The game against Montreal where they beat us 1-0, which is the deciding game, was we missed that penalty kick, that little Pozuelo Piatti mess around.
Don't even get me started with that.
If that goes in, we're the champs.
Yeah. Literally.
But you know what? I want to give a finger of shame to CONCACAF, or whoever's running this, because how is head-to-head not a tiebreaker?
Literally, yeah.
Because when Montreal wins this, we'll be tied.
On points, yeah.
On points.
Exactly.
But we beat Montreal twice. They only beat us once.
Right.
But because they beat Vancouver three times and we only beat them twice, we're tied. Head-to-head should be the first tiebreaker. We're the better team. We beat Montreal 2 times out of 3. We should be the champs.
I agree.
But no, it goes to goal differential. Then it goes to goals for. Then if we're still tied, then it goes to away goals for, which Montreal has us in the bag.
Yeah. Exactly. It's going to be tough, but actually, it's going to be even tougher for Greg Vanney now to make a decision because we have a new signing.
Who said he came here because he likes Vanney's system?
Oh, God.
he said Vanney's style of football reminds him of Liverpool. I know, listen, the kid's 23. The kid's 23. Give him a break, okay? But at first, my eyes lit up with the signing because I saw defender, U23, Liverpool. I was like, oh my God, please tell me it's a center back. Fingers crossed, center back. It's a left back, which is okay because as you can see the past few games, Justin Morrow, he's kind of lost a step.
You think he gets left out?
I think he's the odd man out. And I think they've seen now enough of Richie Larea in the mid that they're not going to have Larea fill his Morrow spot.
The guy could fly, man.
He's a difference maker. He's arguably been their best player since the COVID timing ended and they started back up. Richie Larea has arguably been their best player.
Aro too, you could even say.
So you got Aro on the right back, Richie Larea, who's also playing right back. That's 2 spots. You can move one to left back or keep Richie in the midfield like they did last game against Vancouver with Richie in the mid and Aro at right back. I really like the way that looked. Morrow, I love the guy. He's an amazing player. He's an amazing Toronto FC legend. He was with us on our best at our seasons.
Yes.
But he's lost a step. It's time to say, you know what? Okay, time to move on. If he wants to stay and take a front office job, he seems like a very smart man.
Oh, very smart.
I would love to get him in our front office. But he's going to move on. We got this new kid on loan with option to buy. If he pans out, that could be our left back of the future.
What do you think, Cole?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Morrow, you can see the games we lost were the ones he played. He was just, I don't know, because of the whole COVID, he wasn't prepared, but he looks lost.
Yeah.
And Richie Larea.
Well, he did have a lot on his plate too, right?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, everybody in the league had a lot on their plate. It was a difficult time, you know.
That's right.
A lot of the extra stuff he decided to take on, which you gotta respect that. That's fine,
Right.
but everybody had a lot on their plate.
I agree.
And you have to step up. If you're not able to, I'm truthfully, if you're not able to, you got to take a step back and let the team win, right? Sometimes.
I agree, Tony. I'm very excited to see this player. I know with a lot of European players, I'm very excited to see because there's just, I don't know what it is. It's either just like their knowledge of the game or just something's just different. You know what I mean?
Especially young guys from Europe. We've been seeing those young guys come from South America before they come here for a bit that moved to Europe.
Right.
But it's now interesting to see that some big clubs in England and stuff want to loan out their young players here, develop them here, and then we sell them back into Europe. I love that.
I love it.
Fantastic. I hope I see more of it in the future.
Exactly. And I hope MLS grows this way because I'm sick and tired of seeing these 37-year-olds show up 1 year and then it's like, oh, bye-bye. Like, I don't want to see this anymore.
Higuain's coming to Miami.
There you go. Blaise Matuidi, Miami, right? So David Beckham's bringing everybody he basically played with.
We can see Higuain face his brother, the less talented Higuain.
Yeah, there you go. Two Higuains and one on the field at the same time.
Exactly.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, so I'm excited for the signing.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get to see him come out soon now that we do know what's next for Toronto FC.
Right.
Looks like home games at BMO Field are done for the foreseeable future. They're going down to Connecticut.
Yep.
They'll be making that their home base for the next time being for the next 3 games. So it's going to be interesting to see, and I hope this kid can really come out guns a-blazing and make a name for himself in this league.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. I mean, Connecticut's obviously interesting because, I mean, it's really east.
Yeah,
so,
and it's not an MLS stadium.
No, it's not.
Which doesn't matter. There's no fans. Although some places might have fans. We've seen it with the NFL.
Yeah.
Montreal Impact had fans at their games in Montreal.
Saputo, yeah.
So, I mean, and it was loud.
It was pretty loud,
on the TV. They didn't have many fans in there, but you could definitely hear them.
They brought all their supporters.
You could definitely hear them get shushed by Altidore when he hit that goal to win the game. Quiet down there, Montreal. But it was loud, so you never know. They might be able to get some fans in there. Who knows? It'd be nice to get a little bit of a good environment going.
Yeah.
But it'll be definitely interesting to see.
For sure. Nico, it's time to move on. Let's talk a bit more about the CPL because this has been
Island games.
This has been getting on some rhythm here. I really like some of these games that have been happening.
Tournament's almost over. The finals are the only game left.
Exactly.
Halifax
and Forge.
You got the home team
Yeah.
versus the defending champs.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Out of all 3 of our guesses, we were all wrong. I said Pacific, you said Calvary, you said York. All out. Toe, the original Toe 1.0, he said Halifax because he was going for the home team.
I guess he does know everything now.
Well, we'll see because, they took a thumping 5-0 to Pacific in their last game. That could be a big demoralizer for a team.
They did.
Marcos Bustos on Pacific is... If they could keep him on the team for one more season, it's going to be the biggest win for them. It'll be bigger than winning this tournament this year because that kid has talent.
He's very good.
But I'd be very, very worried about losing him to a bigger league and a bigger team because he looks so good.
I agree.
But yeah, Halifax Forge, what do you guys got?
I mean, Forge, they are the more complete team. That's 100%. They have the most shutouts with Daniil Henry. But Halifax do have 2 of the top 3 scorers in this tournament. Garcia's number 1 with 6. And the second guy has 4 goals, so they can score. So you're going to have a bit offense, defense against each other. It's going to be a good game. But I would say Forge.
Forge?
I got to go Forge. I mean, I gotta rep Kwame and...
shout out to the friend of the show, Kwame Awul, right? He came on, we love him. The guy's
I love his energy, man.
Not only is he great on the field, he's fantastic on the field player. He's such a great player off the field as well. He champions so many league initiatives and many initiatives that need to be happening right now in this day and age with Black Lives Matter and everything like that. He's such a great player off the field. It's so hard not to cheer for a guy like that.
Exactly.
So you're Forge. You know what? All 3 of us are going Forge.
Trifecta,
We're all taking on Toe knows everything. He doesn't know this because Halifax is going to lose the finals to Forge.
I agree.
You watch. Score check? You want to take a little guess at the score?
I got 1-0.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Well, all right. You know what? 3-1 Forge. They don't have many goal scorers on their team.
Mobabuli,
that TFC player came in.
He did finally get the monkey off his back.
Gorgeous
What a chip, man.
Gorgeous chip.
Chip and dip, baby.
Oh, my God. He wants to. And then when they win the title, they're going to get their chips with the dip, just like Drake said, So Forge is going back-to-back, 2 years, 2 trophies.
Wow.
Good for them. They're out of Hamilton. It's close enough for us to cheer for,
What do you think gets MVP?
Oh, honestly, that's a tough one. I don't know.
That is a tough one.
I don't know, really, right now. There hasn't been really that one person to me that stuck out on either team. If Pacific was in the finals, Bustos, for sure.
Yeah.
To me, if Halifax wins, it's Garcia. He's a top scorer.
Top goal scorer.
Forge wins, I feel like it's going to be Kyle Becker.
I was just about to say that.
You know what?
Kyle Becker.
And both of those guys, too, I'd expect to see out of the CPL next year. I can't believe an MLS team hasn't taken a chance on Kyle Becker yet.
It's crazy.
He's older.
Yeah, you know what? You look at a team like the Vancouver Whitecaps, like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
You don't think Kyle Becker can make an impact in that midfield?
Absolutely.
I definitely think he could.
Well, you saw his through ball to Babuli.
It was
absolutely
gorgeous.
perfect.
He put it on the tape.
Yeah.
Well, it's a hockey reference, but
weight everything.
Listen,
weight and everything.
Kyle Becker could be a good player on the Vancouver Whitecaps. I see it no problem at all. Maybe not on a dominant MLS team like a TFC, but he could definitely go to the Whitecaps and make an impact.
Exactly, I agree.
So, watch these players. I feel like a lot of these players could be moving on out of this tournament because there have been some good showings.
Yeah. And I'm excited. I'm excited for this league. I hope it continues to grow.
Yeah. And then the winner faces the winner of this mini-COVID Canadian Cup.
I'm really excited
in the finals. So now, if it's Toronto or if it's Montreal, whoever gets that will face either Halifax or Forge. And there's actually some good stories behind there because if Toronto faces Forge, you got Toronto facing a team that has two ex-Toronto FC players in Kyle Becker and Moba Booley.
A lot of motivation.
And a few guys from Forge have been through the Toronto FC system that never really made much noise.
That's right.
But if Halifax faces Montreal, Halifax has a lot of Quebecois players that couldn't make the Montreal team either that went over to Halifax. There's some great stories to be made. And watch it all get thrown out the window by being Forge and Montreal or Halifax and Toronto. Just because they don't like a good story.
No, I think it's going to happen, Niko.
But there's some good stories to be made in the final.
I'm going to be optimistic here. I'm going Forge TFC.
I like it. I'm not so optimistic. I'm going Forge Montreal, and it pains me to say it, but what doesn't pain me to say it is that Forge are going to win and go to the Champions League.
I was just going to say the same thing. Forge Montreal.
Wow.
Forge will beat Montreal.
Do we think a CPL team has a realistic chance of winning the Champions League match against either Montreal or Toronto?
I think so, because Calgary took out Vancouver. I know Vancouver stepped
Vancouver
down.
sucks.
But Calgary almost
York 9 took it to Montreal.
Calgary almost took out Montreal too last year in the semis.
And York 9 almost took out Montreal.
You can't doubt either team. You can't doubt either team. The Canadian talent's there.
It'll be interesting to see how different the skill level is now with those two teams. Because if it's Montreal, Toronto's definitely one of the top teams in the MLS. Montreal's on the precipice of being one of the best teams in the MLS.
That's right.
So them going up against the CPL team right there, it'll be very interesting to see the talent level of both teams going in. Because they're going to take it seriously. The winner gets Champions League.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be very exciting to see. And again, if Montreal wins, then I'm praying for the CPL team to make it through. No matter if it's Halifax or Forge.
That would be a hell of a story.
Yeah.
Because that would grow a serious initiative to the CPL.
If the CPL could take out an MLS team, huge.
Massive audience. Like, they're going to be playing Mexican teams, and all of Mexico's watching. Like,
they're not even. Mexico teams don't even know what the CPL is.
No,
they're gonna have to Halifax Wanderers. What the heck's a Halifax?
They're gonna have to Google all this stuff. Right? Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
It'll be interesting if by then they'll be having home and aways again. Yeah. Because if you see those Mexican team going into Halifax to play a game, especially in February.
Can you imagine Club America versus like Forge or something?
That'd be insane.
Oh my god.
I actually would go down to watch that game.
Oh yeah, 100%. We'd be making a trip to Tim Hortons Field.
With a mask and everything, baby.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna mask it up.
Mask, tube,
the
coat,
atmosphere in
snow
Hamilton
pants.
is actually a fun time.
I loved it. I went to go watch actually when they played that Honduran team.
The Honduran team in the
Olympia.
In the secondary CONCACAF league that they had last year.
I went to go watch that. That was a great performance. So
no, it's exciting times. It's good for Canadian soccer to get out there, and nothing would be better than a Champions League spot for a Canadian Premiership team. Exactly. Unfortunately, if they're facing Toronto, they have no chance. But if it's Montreal, they have a chance. They might be able to squeak through, and they'll have all of our hopes and prayers with them.
Oh, yeah.
So Niko and Tony, let's move on. We got a new Serie A coming up.
Woo.
You guys excited?
Of course.
Is Juve gonna be somebody this year?
Well, of course. Any team with Ronaldo is got it. All right. You think Juventus is gonna lose the Serie A this year? Tell me who's beating them. You can't. Go ahead. I know what you're gonna say. Inter.
Oh my god.
If they can get the Vidal move in, I feel like they could beat Juve. Juve slipped up real bad at the end.
Listen, Juve choked up at the end because they could afford to choke up at the end.
That's true.
They didn't need to play. Now that Maurizio, I'm so sorry, my team sucks, is out of the way, they have a chance at Champions League, and they're going to win the Scudetto again for what? The 10th year in a row, the 9th year in a row? Like, come on.
I'm so excited for Pirlo. I want to see. I mean, he just got his UEFA A.
His license, too.
He just got his license, guys. Andrea Pirlo just got his license in the nick of time. He passed the test. Andrea Pirlo now has another test. How do you think it's going to go for him at the beginning?
Honestly, it's going to be a rocky start. And the only reason I say that is because it just blows my mind how easy it is to become a coach at a high level in soccer. Like he said, he just got his card.
Yeah.
That's kind of a joke when you see so many talented coaches who are out of work, and then you see an opportunity like this, and they hire someone who doesn't even have their coaching card. It's kind of ridiculous when you think about it. But you know what? If he has the respect of the team, he'll learn his way in. He'll have some bumps on the way with substitutions, maybe a little bit of formation error here and there. But I think after a rocky start, he'll find his grooves. And especially on a team like Juventus, you can afford that.
That's right.
They're a dominant team. They're going to take a big lead because they're going to face those smaller Italian teams. I have no problem beating them. But the games that will be tricky are his games against Inter, his games against Napoli. I can't wait for.
Yeah, that should be
that coaching battle.
Gattuso
Pirlo against each other. My God, that signing's going to be amazing. Gattuso's going to be freaking out, and Pirlo's going to be as straight-faced as can be. I can't wait.
We got Jesus on one side, and the Diavolo on the other.
Exactly. It's going to be amazing. I mean, I'm saying Juventus win the Scudetto. Maybe they don't win Coppa Italia or not. That's honestly, it's a tournament. It could go either way. Yeah. I really hope they can make a deep Champions League run. I am a little worried they haven't made much signings to improve their team.
Yeah.
The Suarez one fell through.
The passport thing, yep.
It fell through, which again, I wasn't too big on that one to begin with. Dzeko looks like he might be able to make the swap over if Roma can get their guy as well. So we'll see. Yeah. But I'm still on Team Juventus this year. I can't bet against Ronaldo. They're winning it all.
I gotta agree. And hopefully Juve with Champions League, that could be a different story. But
no, they're not gonna do nothing. It's gonna be the same story every year.
It's tough. It's tough.
Champions League's a different animal. And that's what'll bring out either the best or the worst in Pirlo's coaching.
Exactly. That's how I'll know if Pirlo's a good coach, just like Zidane, who brought Madrid in. If Pirlo's intelligence is anything like from with his playing style to the coaching, you never know what can happen.
I don't even think it's Pirlo's going to be a problem. The team of Juventus is not that well built.
Yeah, the midfield.
The wing backs. The wing backs are on the right side where they had Quadrado last year. They're saying they might play Bernardeschi at right back this year. God. Like, come on. How hard is it to buy a right back? No. They had João Cancelo, who scored a gorgeous goal for Portugal in the Nations League in their first game. He cut in and scored a gorgeous left footer.
It's true. They have been getting rid of him.
And they gave him to Man City.
For nothing.
It's brutal, and they have no one playing at the back. Their defense is going to be a very, very targeted by a lot of teams. They're going to be targeted, and it's going to be a weak defense. I love De Ligt. I think he's a great player. You still got Bonucci there. You still got Chiellini there, but go ahead.
One team you got to watch out for, I think, is going to be AC Milan.
Yeah.
Because now they got Tonali coming in. The team is looking a little bit stronger.
Tonali's going to be a nice player, you know. Ibrahimovic is still there.
That'll be the dark horse in Serie.
That'll be interesting.
I don't know. I'm interested to see how Atalanta does again. Because, you know what, they came on very strong at the end. They just couldn't stop scoring goals.
They did lose one of their better players in Castagna, too.
They did. Yeah. But they still got a few of their core still there. Papu Gomez is still there. Like, They have a team that scored a lot of goals. I'd be very interested to see what they're able to do it this year. They could have been a flash in the pan, a one-year wonder, but let's see. We'll see this year.
I mean, Gasparini's still there.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, I loved his system there. It was very beautiful to watch. It was very flowing.
It was fun. You know what? I was going to say, you don't often see high-octane soccer like that in the Serie A.
Never.
You don't see it.
Never.
So to see it was a nice change of pace.
I love it.
And it was great to watch. They were great to watch in the Champions League as well. So I'm excited to see what they're doing this year.
I love it. So, Nico, that brings us now to the Premier League. I know we touched a bit on Man City. They got a bit of a postponement, but who do you think's going to run away with it this year in the Prem?
I don't think anyone's running away with it this year. The past few years, last year, Liverpool ran away with it. The year before that was a battle between Liverpool and Man City. I think there's going to be a bigger battle for first place this year. Obviously, Liverpool and Man City are the top two favorites, but I could see a team like a Man United sneaking around and staying involved in that until the last few weeks. Yeah. Honestly, right now, one of my favorite players in the world, period, to watch play soccer is Bruno Fernandes.
I love him,
That guy on the ball is outstanding. I mean, it helps that he's Portuguese. You know I love that, right? I'm not going to ignore the fact that he's Portuguese. Come on. But that midfield tandem of him and Pogba working with Martial in the front as well as Rashford and Greenwood, who has looked amazing as well. Yeah. That team is very exciting.
Young.
I hope they make it. They're young. If they can bring in Jadon Sancho before the transfer ends like they want to, then I catapult them to the level of Liverpool and Man City as well. Chelsea's another team you can't discount.
Never.
I'll let Tony talk more about them because I know we were talking before this pod about Chelsea.
Pulisic?
Chelsea's one of the teams I like. I've always been a fan of, and I feel like the signings they brought in, the young Germans and Timo Werner and Havertz are really good players. You added in with Lampard and his other young players.
And they brought in Ziyech too, or not Ziyech, not
from Ajax.
Ajax, yeah, the Ajax player, yeah.
Ziyech. If they can get together and start some chemistry, I feel like Chelsea's gonna be one of those teams that they can battle at the end.
You know what? Ziyech or Hakimi?
Hakimi's on Inter.
Hakimi's on Inter. Yeah, Ziyech.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with Ajax; they get rid of everybody. But
I'm selling league.
I'm so excited with this Premier League this year because the signings just keep getting better and better. Literally.
Talent's coming in.
Every year, it's like one team is just one-upping somebody.
EPL has always been, in my opinion, the best soccer league in the world. Both to watch
and run
and to see development of players. In my opinion, Serie, you got your top teams in there, but other than that, I can't watch a match in the Serie of 11th versus 14th.
No.
But I could watch a West Ham versus Aston Villa game any day of the week. You know what I mean? It's teams like that in the EPL that I'm interested in. I can watch it all the time.
And the drama.
The drama's there. So you know what? Let's go. I say we do a few new things for the EPL. Let's pick who we think's going to win it. Let's pick who's going to be our surprise team.
Yeah.
And let's pick who's going to be the top goal scorer. So Dante, why don't you take us off?
I got to go first. My team that's going to win it, I'm going to go Liverpool.
Okay.
I just think the dominance is there. My surprise team is who Liverpool actually played. Leeds United, my goodness. Every time Liverpool scored, they answered. So
with a former MLS player, mind you, the New York City guy.
That's right.
He came in, he scored their first goal, Jack Harrison. So, I mean...
Gotta love Leeds. I mean...
Newly promoted,
I'm excited for this
team.
team.
They're going after Draxler, too, supposedly.
I'm very excited for this team. They remind me a lot like that old Leicester kind of feel to it this year. They're very explosive, so we'll see if that continues.
All right, what about goal scorer? Who's
my top goal scorer? I'm going to go Sergio Aguero.
Kun Aguero, you got to like him.
I got to go Kun Aguero.
He's getting older, but the guy can find the back of the net like
very
no one else.
Consistent, so we'll see what happens.
All right, Tony, who's winning the league, surprise team, and top goal scorer?
Winning the league is going to be Man City for me. I think what Liverpool did against Leeds proves that they're not going to win it again. If a championship team can come in and just compete with you, I don't see you stretching out a whole year again. My dark horse is going to be Arsenal. I think Arsenal can sneak into that top four. I don't think they'll battle for the top. I think they sneak in Champions League. They won the last two championships in England, or the FA Cup and Community Shield, so they're feeling confident. And the top scorer for me is going to be Jamie Vardy. I think he has to. If Leicester wants to compete again, he has to be the top
Jamie
scorer.
Vardy is having a party this year.
I'm gonna touch on the Leeds United because they came in, they made a big signings, and a lot of them are comparing to Wolverhampton of 2 years ago, who came in, made their big signings, and they finished 7th in their first year up. Well, let me tell you something that Leeds don't have that that Wolves did have, and that's a lot of Portuguese players. All right, and that's why Wolverhampton is still in the top because they got those pork chops. They got one of the best coaches in the EPL, Nuno Espirito Santo. They're just there. Leeds, I could see them maybe finishing 10th in that area, but I can't see them finishing too high. My team to win it all, I'm going Man U. I think they sneak through. I'm praying that they can pull off the Jadon Sancho signing. And then I say Man U. They're going to surprise teams, and they're going to make the run. And my surprise team is going to be a team that used to be 5th, 6th, but lately dropped off, is Everton.
Oh, wow.
James Rodriguez looked amazing in his debut. Allen looked amazing in his debut. They got a lot of good players in Andre Gomes, Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison. They got a lot of good players. They got Ancelotti as their coach. That team is built to make a run. I think they have a chance to battle for Europe in that 4th position in the EPL this year. So I see them doing it, and my Golden Boot winner is a man who was just re-signed, and in my opinion is one of the best pure strikers in the world to this day, and that's Aubameyang.
Wow.
Honestly, I think he's going to run away with this goal title this year. I think he's just going to go to a whole nother level for Arsenal.
Him and Lacazette are two great forwards.
Yeah, they are.
I'm super excited to see what he does this year. That new contract's there. People were wondering if he would leave for a team like Barcelona, who's looking to sign him because he wants some Champions League. Arsenal's not going to be there yet, but they'll be there next year.
The big thing with Aubameyang is William is there now. He had 3 assists in his first game.
William passing the ball and crossing it was looking beautiful.
What a difference he makes in that. I mean, that's what Arsenal needed, really, just somebody to set these guys up. And they finally got that guy, and we'll see. I mean, Chelsea, did they make a big mistake here? So
we'll see. Chelsea's got those young guys, man. It can pan out. It's going to be a very interesting season.
I love it. I just love the variety of this league. You just don't know who's going to go where, the impact. I love it. I love the drama.
And the last episode of our show, we were talking about Messi potentially going to the EPL to see what can happen.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah, sadly.
Unfortunately, we won't be able to see what he could do on a rainy night at Stoke, which is too bad.
Well, that's because Stoke needs to get promoted.
That's the thing. They'll get promoted next year. You're right. Exactly. That's the plan. That's the plan. And then he comes next season. But he's not coming. But there's still been a big influx of talent in the EPL this year. It's going to be an exciting year. Now, FIFA's released their Golden Boy nominees. Who's winning the Golden Boy? There's a lot of Tonali's on that list.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good players on that list. And I think all of us are going to agree on who has to win this award. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It's got to be Alphonso Davies.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you
I agree with
100%.
Champions League winner, started at all those games in the knockout round.
Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year in the German league, won the German league. What else does this guy need to do to win the award?
Nothing.
So we're in consensus.
It's a unanimous, no-brainer Canadian MVP.
Can you imagine that? A Canadian.
Get the damn statue ready.
A Canadian winning
There
the
you
FIFA's
go.
Golden Boy. Can you imagine?
What a dream. Like,
honestly,
this guy is living the dream
I could
right
see
now.
FIFA not giving it to him.
That's sad.
I can.
Hasn't Mbappe won like 2 years in a row?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, like-
I can see them going somewhere else with it. Although
Yeah.
I think it would be a damn shame because
It
Alphonso
would.
Davies deserves that. You know what else Alphonso Davies deserves? And this is something very near and dear to my heart. A better FIFA ranking. My God, what does he need to do? 81?
That's ridiculous.
They did make him the third fastest player in the game. Can you name the two
So-
people faster than him?
Oh, yeah.
Mbappe?
Yep. I'll give you a hint.
Kingsley Coleman?
No.
Adama.
Wolverhampton.
Adama Traore.
Adama
Oh,
Traore.
okay, yeah, that guy's
That
fast.
tank
That
running
guy-
down.
that
He's the
guy's-
number one. Mbappe's 2. Davies is 3.
Wow.
But yeah, so they gave him that. But an 81 rating? Come on.
Especially when Champ
I get
started on
he's
Bayern
I get
Munich,
he's
that's
young,
ridiculous.
but come on, 81's almost disrespectful. It's a slap
But
in the face.
how does that make any sense? So he's the third fastest player in the game, and you only make this guy an 81?
The 6th fastest player in the game is some guy, no-name guy from a Middle Eastern league. That's a 62 overall. So I mean, I didn't even know who he was. I saw his
because
picture. I had to Google him.
It's just the speed, right?
It's just the
Overall,
speed.
Yeah.
Dominico Duro used to always be in those lists, and he was a perennial MLSer.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
So I mean,
That's true.
these FIFA rankings, it's dear to my heart because I'm a big FIFA player.
Yeah.
I can remember playing FIFA all the way back to FIFA 02. Like it's my heart, and then seeing these rankings come out, especially with TFC. They came out today. Pozuelo 79, Piatti 78. And those are the two best players on
Wow.
Toronto.
Piatti 78,
Pozuelo
wow.
was an 80 last year.
He was,
What did he
yes.
do to drop a percentage?
I don't know.
Guess what? Pozuelo's best part of his game. What would you say it is?
Passing?
Passing. Thank you. He's a 78 passer. But he's an 81 dribbler. What? FIFA, EA Sports, you need to pull your heads out of your rectum because you're making a terrible call on these FIFA rankings. Am I still going to play the game? Yes.
100%.
Are you still going to buy cards?
Yes. Am I still going to waste all my money on FIFA Ultimate Team? Yes. But although Seasons is better. Seasons is the better mode, but not enough people play Seasons to make it competitive. I'm Division 1 every year. It doesn't get fun anymore. I need to do Ultimate Team, and it's just a waste of money, but will I do it? Yes.
Oh, are you going to do FIFA Ultimate Team?
I'm a career mode guy.
yeah?
I'm old school.
And Tony likes to take a nice beer, open up the beer, sit down, enjoy playing against the computer. It's relaxing. It's like
Watch
a
Messi
stress,
score.
stress
creating,
relief.
creating my own legendary teams myself. So
Yeah,
that's the way I
some
always-
people-
What team do you use?
The last time I did it, I started off with Napoli, spent 3 years there. Then I went
Oh,
to
wow.
Chelsea 3 years, and I went to Real Madrid. And by the time you get to the 9th year, you're scouting the creative players. You got like Zidane's second nephew or something like that, like random names.
See, you got people that meditate. You got people that go for runs. Tony sits down and play years upon years of FIFA.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
That's great though. It's a new season.
Yeah.
Very quick turnaround.
Yeah.
I'm happy soccer's still on because you know what, COVID could take it away like that. We don't know.
Absolutely.
So let's hope they keep maintaining this
Fingers
the
crossed.
safe ways they're playing like they have been, so we can get soccer the rest of the year, not
Yeah.
miss anything, especially with the Euro Cup coming next year. And that's
Exactly.
all I got to say about this upcoming season.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
That brings the end of this episode. Before we leave, we'd like to thank our sponsors again, Cataldi Fresh Market. Check them out, guys. 2 locations. One at Islington and Highway 7. And, of course, the other one at Keele and Lawrence. And follow us on Instagram at the Soccer Report Podcast. If you guys have any questions and want to discuss anything, you let us know and we'll get back to you. And, of course, follow us on YouTube at the Soccer Report Podcast. And, of course, on Spotify, Apple Music, and Google Play.
Everywhere.
Everywhere and every place.
You know it.
Guys, it's been a pleasure.
Hey, go Vancouver.
Go
Let's
Vancouver.
Go Vancouver.
Have a
I'm
good
not
one.
commenting on that.